Hey friends, before I get into today's episode, guess what this month is? Well, it is the 1-year birthday month of the Grace-Filled Leader podcast. It's hard to believe I've been hanging out with all y'all for almost a year now, but it's true. And as with any birthday, we have to have a party, right? Yes, ma'am, we sure do. And we have to have gifts, so I have a very special gift for someone. I have a beautiful black vegan leather-bound dream planner for some lucky winner. And here's how you can have a chance to get entered into a drawing for this beautiful planner, which, by the way, includes a free virtual course on how to best use your dream planner and some cool stickers and a beautiful gold pen, all kinds of fun stuff. So here's what you need to do. You have two options. The first option is to go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rating and written review. Then come and post the screenshot of your review in our Facebook community or send me a message with a screenshot of your review at gracefilledleader.com/contact. Now, if you've already left a written review for the show, your second option to get entered into the drawing is to share the show with a friend. Take a screenshot of your share and post it in the group or send it to me via email. So, two options: leave a review, take a screenshot and share it, or share the show, take a screenshot of your share and share it in the group or with me via email. Get these entered before the end of November for your chance to win this beautiful dream planner. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, now that we have the party invite out of the way, let me ask you something. If you had something you needed to get off your chest and you needed to talk to someone you know would listen, understand, and help you feel better, think about who would that be. What makes you go to that person? Chances are that person probably has a fairly high emotional IQ or EQ. They likely have a high level of emotional intelligence. But what does that even mean? And how is developing your emotional intelligence essential for effective leadership? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Welcome to the Grace-Filled Leader podcast. Do you want better work-life balance? Do you get stuck in patterns of perfectionism and people-pleasing? Have you always been an overachiever but never really feel good enough, no matter how much outward success you achieve? Do you want more time for the things that matter most? Hi, I'm Tanya, a wife, mom, leader, certified Christian life coach, and Jesus lover. For most of my life, I tried to find worthiness through achievement, but no matter how hard I worked or how much I achieved, I never felt like I was enough. I was left burned out, empty, and exhausted. I had no time or energy for myself or my family. I needed balance. I needed peace. My life changed when I finally started to live like an unconditionally loved daughter of the King, saved by grace. This faith-led podcast will teach you time management, self-care routines, and practical leadership strategies to help you navigate life and leadership. If you're ready to become fueled by grace and free from people-pleasing, if you're ready to multiply your time and impact as a Christian woman in leadership, this podcast is for you. Unbutton your blazers and roll up your sleeves, sister friends. It's time to get after it. Overall, emotional intelligence in leadership is about recognizing the impact of emotions on oneself and others, and then using this understanding to create a positive, productive, and supportive work environment. Leaders who prioritize emotional intelligence often enjoy more successful relationships with their team members, and they're better positioned to lead their teams to success. To put it more simply, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand emotions and how they shape thoughts and actions. There are 4 main elements or ingredients of emotional intelligence. it is not just about understanding the emotions of others. It starts first with you. This is something I didn't fully understand as a new leader, and I've developed more in recent years. Emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness. Know your strengths and your opportunities for improvement. Develop an ongoing awareness of your emotions and what your emotional triggers are. Are you able to assess and express your emotions, strengths, and weaknesses with confidence? Leaders with high emotional intelligence have a deep understanding of their own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and values. This self-awareness allows them to make informed decisions and respond to situations in a more composed and thoughtful manner. As you gain awareness of your own emotions and emotional triggers, you then move on to the second element of emotional intelligence, self-management or self-mastery. Are you able to control your emotions in a responsible way, or are you prone to outbursts and reactive responses? If you struggle to manage your emotions, you will be less likely to create a positive and trusting relationship, both personally and professionally. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't show vulnerability and empathy or compassion. Absolutely not. It is important to show your humanness and be vulnerable at times in order to build trust. But there are appropriate professional boundaries that come into play. Effective leaders can control their emotional impulses and reactions even in high-pressure situations. They don't let anger or frustration cloud their judgment, and they can maintain composure and professionalism when faced with adversity. The third element of emotional intelligence is social awareness. If you have a high level of self-awareness and self-regulation, you're more likely to be better in tune to others. Having social awareness means having the ability to understand how your decisions or certain events will impact others on an emotional level. It also means having the ability to understand how the emotions of others may be impacting their behavior, which allows you to demonstrate more empathy when interacting or addressing conflict. Empathetic leaders are attuned to the emotions and needs of their team members. They can put themselves in others' shoes, understand their perspectives, and respond with compassion and sensitivity. This helps build trust and strong working relationships. Which leads to the fourth element of emotional intelligence, which is relationship management. Effective leaders use their emotional intelligence to manage relationships within their teams and organizations. They create a positive and inclusive work culture. They foster teamwork, and they lead by example. They set high standards for themselves and their teams, demonstrating a strong work ethic and a commitment to achieving goals. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are authentic and genuine in their interactions. They build trust through sincerity and consistency in their behavior. They can build rapport, resolve conflicts, and inspire their teams. They are adept at active listening, providing constructive feedback, and fostering collaboration. They tend to approach conflicts with an open mind, seeking win-win solutions instead of seeking to be right. Emotionally intelligent leaders can navigate uncertainty and help their teams do the same. Some of the most common benefits of emotional intelligence in leadership include improved job satisfaction. Emotionally intelligent leaders are skilled at helping their employees feel heard and valued, which can boost job satisfaction. It also leads to better communication. Because emotionally intelligent leaders have strong self-awareness and awareness of others, they are typically good at communicating with their employees in a way that takes into account individual differences of communicating and receiving information. Changing your communication style based on this knowledge of individual differences helps people feel seen and cared for as a unique contributor. It also allows for increased performance and productivity. Research has shown that teams with high emotional intelligence in leadership and in their team members have more effective individual interactions and higher rates of productivity. When a team feels safe to communicate, they are more likely to share ideas, bring up concerns, and address problems more effectively and collaboratively. And having a high level of emotional intelligence leads to less conflict. Another benefit of emotional intelligence is the reduction of conflict among team members. An emotionally intelligent leader is more aware of their own emotional triggers and those of their team members, so they're better prepared to head off conflict before it even starts. So obviously, emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in effective leadership. This is something that has been obvious both to me in my growth as a leader, and I think that overall I have a relatively high level of emotional intelligence, but it's developed over time. I thought it was high in the beginning, but I would say I struggled more with my own emotional regulation, especially when I was newer in my leadership, and it really continues to develop over time. But leaders with high emotional intelligence are better equipped to understand, manage, and leverage their own emotions and the emotions of others to create a positive and productive work environment. I've seen leaders who really struggle in this area and struggle with emotional intelligence, and the result is decreased trust, decreased respect, and challenges in communicating with their team members. So if you struggle with effective communication, you likely have opportunity to improve your own emotional intelligence. And it is possible to do that. It really starts with self-awareness. I love mentoring leaders who struggle with team dynamics and communication because it's so rewarding to see the fruit that comes with growth in this area. If you need a mentor, shoot me an email or jump on a free discovery call to see if individual coaching might help you in your leadership, or even just your personal relationships. Emotional intelligence is key to healthy relationships, both personally and professionally. If this is something I could help you with, leave me a message at gracefilledleader.com/contact or book a free discovery call at gracefilledleader.com/workwithme. Either way, always be working on your own level of emotional intelligence. Even if you think it's pretty good, we all have opportunity to improve. It will truly impact the success you have with your team, in your professional relationships, and your personal relationships. And with that, my friends, I pray that the Lord blesses you with gratitude and His amazing grace. Until next time, I pray this episode blessed you, spoke to you, or encouraged you in some way. If so, please share it with a friend and head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. That's the only way for me to know if you're enjoying the show. Nothing blesses me more than to hear from you. Also, come on over to our free Facebook community. This is a great place for us to support one another on our faith and leadership journeys. You can find the link to the group in the show notes or go to gracefilledleader.com/community. If you have questions or content ideas for the show, please send me a message on SpeakPipe or via email. Go to gracefilledleader.com/contact and leave a written or voice recorded message. I would love to know how I can best serve you on the podcast. Now to Him who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Until next time, my friends, God bless.